Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your April reading. I hope everyone is doing fantastic, and just a reminder that each month you can use this reading for your sun sign, your rising, and also for your moon. So, every month I start with channeled information, but before I get into that, I want to actually talk a little bit about the retrograde cycle that we'll be entering. As most of you know, there's Mercury retrograde this month, and a lot of readers out there will focus on all of the negative components of that, but I want to actually focus on the opportunities that retrograde provides this month, and I'll highlight any of the areas that you need to focus on otherwise, like any of the negatives as the reading comes up. But the opportunities are you have a chance to repair old relationships. You have a chance to finish things that are left unfinished otherwise, so a project around the house, maybe some sort of goal or aspiration that you put up on the shelf and thought, oh, one of these days I'll get to it. There'll be an opportunity for that. It's also a great time for you to repair things like a car, your house, and it's a good time for you to let go of any habits in your life that aren't suiting you. So if you want to improve your diet, your health, there's a lot of things that you can get started this month, and the energy supports that sort of work. Typically anything that sort of starts with RE is a good thing. So, that actually feeds into the channeled information for you, which is like reclaim your power. But what I was going to say is like repairing, rebooting, restarting, whatever. But it's about taking something that is already underway and finishing it. The only thing I will say is that it's not a great time to sort of like start construction. The only time maybe that works for you though is if you've decided for 2 years you wanted to embark on something new, and then you'd make the decision this month. That actually is sort of supported by the retrograde energy. So let's take a look at the cards, and let's talk a little bit about this, your channeled information, which is to reclaim your power. So this month, as I was meditating for your sign, the main thing that I was focusing on was how there was a little bit of fragmentation, and there's going to be many opportunities, not just one this month, where you can actually take your power back. And that may be simply through saying something, through acting out something, or through just a change in the attitude and the perception of situations in your life. So let's shuffle the cards. And as I'm shuffling, just a quick heads up on how I organize my monthly readings. For those of you that are brand new, I separate this into 3 parts. The first is channeled information. The second is a Celtic cross, which I'm pulling at the moment. And then I expand it to include 4 oracle cards, 1 each for health, wealth, love, and for destiny. Overall, pretty good for this month. Let's take a look at your catalyst card. And the catalyst is that connection, that also that igniting force that is bringing everything together. So for you, there's a significant change or shift that is going to happen this month. The death card was reversed, which shows me typically that you're feeling stuck in some areas or stagnating in some areas. This has come up for a couple of signs this month, and what it indicates and what I like about this death card is it's really about not what is falling away or isn't working, it's that you're going to make some sort of a breakthrough this month. And so when you allow yourself to move through it, I've been pulling interesting things like a Phoenix card, Death card, there's a lot of or even a Tower card. There's a lot of rebirth and opportunity that's available in the retrograde energy this month. So we'll see what needs to fall away. Since Death was there may be 1 or 2 things that it's time to let go, or time to let go of, but it'll come out as we look at this. Your central theme here is to try to, in your center card too, is 9 of chalices or 9 of cups. 9 of cups is a card of extremes though, and then in its reverse, what it's saying is there may be these ups and downs emotionally, these spikes that you're feeling. Some days you're fine, the next day you're thinking, why is everything going wrong? The next day you're fine. And what I want you to work on this month is to try to level out a little bit and let the highs be not quite so high and let the lows be not quite so low, so that you realize it's the ebb and flow of life. It's not things sort of aggregating and teaming up against you or anything like that. Things are okay is basically the note here. We have 4 of Pentacles crossing that, showing some fear, concern, and anxiety around money, and also about opening up in the heart area. So this is about not being completely happy with everything in your life, and remembering that again, it's sort of like ups and downs. Not every day can be perfect, but allowing for those days where it is good to, to try and like trickle down into the other days. And when it's not bad, when it's not great, just realizing that that's a moment in time, and that the next minute may change and the previous minute's not going to be what this one feels like. So not holding on, because you'll notice even in this illustration, usually it's a guy holding the coin at his heart center, but even here there's a lot of clinging or holding on to things. So when you feel an emotion, feel it and then let it go, or let it move through you, but don't hold on and focus on the emotion as much as you might be doing right now. When I'm looking at contributing factors for how you're feeling this month, we have the Seven of Cups, which is a dreaming, a thinking, a contemplation card. And so a lot of you may be coming to terms with things in your life, understanding, like, again, how you got to where you're at, wondering if it's exactly where you want to be. That's a theme that I've seen repeated in many signs this month, and it's intrinsic to a retrograde cycle, so don't worry about it. You'll notice a beautiful little butterfly down there, sorry. And the butterfly is really reminding us that this is transformation, that we are going through changes. And listen, the death card is what it says. I don't always talk about it, but it's about mortality. It's about changes in our life. Sometimes losing people, sometimes looking at our own mortality. But the death card is reminding you that it's not there yet for you, and that really what's important is not when that happens, but the journey. And both ends are exciting. The death is just like one little point in time. It's everything that comes before, and of course everything that comes after, that matters. We focus too much on that one point. Instead, make every day before that matter, and who knows what happens afterwards. I've had some dreams and visions, but it's the great unknown then. So let's focus on today. That would be my message to you. We have, looking right at the beginning of this month, the last couple of days, the last month, right now, we have Ten of Swords. And so what I'm seeing with the Ten of Swords, this is kind of a quieter Ten of Swords. It's you thinking yourself sometimes into a circle. You'll notice this person isn't laid out on the ground. There's swords all around them, and they're sort of meditating, thinking, contemplating. So again, a sort of caution about not going too far down the rabbit hole when it comes to, is this okay? What's happening here? Just sort of like breathe through it, allow each moment to come and go, and go with the flow this month is the best that I can sort of say with that. There's love around you. Two of Cups is your crowning card, which is saying that people love you. There's opportunities for new relationships if you want them, and if you're in an existing relationship or you have family that's close to you, there's a lot of love around. Your own physical strength may be tempered or tried a little bit this month, and so what you want to do is take care of your physical body. So if you're feeling a little bit weak, or you're feeling aches and pains, and again, this is something that has been a trend, I mention that so you know that it's not just your sign. It's okay. So just rest, exercise, and eat properly. That's going to be very important for you. The other thing is, this particular strength card is showing like an older woman that is not sort of supporting you. And so there could be it can be a maternal figure in your life. Sometimes it can also be a man. But whoever this sort of older person is, they are stuck in their ways. And I would say, let yourself be free of their lack of vision or their lack of connecting to you. What's important for you is to look at the blessings and the opportunities of each day, because with the Four of Cups, just like the Four of Pentacles, it's not everything you want. Both of these cards are sort of about wanting more and sometimes not seeing what's there. Both times there's help, both times there's more in front of them than they realize. So I would say, find things that make you happy and don't focus so much on the things that don't. We have a dragonfly here, which is very spiritual and also transformative. So focus on getting out, moving. Think like the dragonfly does and just sort of like skim across things. Don't get too deep into the water. Physical strength is a little bit lower this month for you. And so I want you to focus on your sleeping habits and trying to really regulate that as much as possible. And look at your fruit and vegetable intake as well, and see if you're fueling your body with enough. sort of a sugary symbol on here. So watch sugar intake and basically stay as balanced as possible. Money situation should improve in the long run. There is a lot of focus this month on home, house, feeling safe, but not in the periphery, but in the long term, I'm seeing improvements with your money, even though it's not where you want it to be at the moment. We have the Green Man, which is another card for the Fool here, and your outcome, which is showing me long term. We're looking even past this month. It might be next year. There's either an opportunity for travel or movement or moving. So it's delayed though. It's not happening yet. And this may be up, October or later, I feel, for you. So don't worry, but there is some sort of travel or moving that's happening, but later this year. Let's expand your forecast now and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. We'll start first with your health card. And I always interpret health to include mind, body, and spirit. And so for you, a big focus on heart chakra. So just like any other chakra that I'm going to pull a card for, with the heart, it's also going to affect the heart and lungs. So I really want you to focus on like blood pressure and blood sugar, because I saw that in the Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Wands reversed. So blood pressure, blood sugar, and also just working to keep your heart healthy and active. Cholesterol, all of those things are really important. The other thing with the heart chakra, it was reversed. You want to focus on opening it up. So for those of you that go to the gym, I don't know the name of the machine, but basically where you're doing this exercise, where you open this part of your body up, anything that's going to do that. And in yoga, sort of that exercise where you open up the chest area, anything like that. Pilates, also very good. You want to stretch slowly, and you want to kind of like keep these exercises so that you're feeling the opening for a moment. It's not about quick movements. It's about a nice slow movement with breath, and really feeling like you're opening up the lungs and you're opening up the chest area. Creativity is also going to help. Of course, love will help there too. Anything that's going to make your heart feel alive and happy and pulsating is perfect. So do something fun. All right, when we're looking at your wealth card, which includes not just money, but also for those of you in school, it can be that, and it can also be what makes you feel secure. It's a security card. We have magical map shifter. So this is basically saying that you create your own future. You can't recreate the past though. So what's most important for you in your career at the moment is to map out what you would like to do. And you'll notice that there's a lot of opportunities. You can't do everything, but you want to prioritize which thing you want to focus on. And the other thing here is this person is masked. And so what you want to do is sort of like remove the mask and allow for yourself to sort of be awake, aware, and open of what, kind of what's going on in your life. Remember that your channeled information was reclaim your power. So for those of you maybe that have signed away your financial sort of power, this is a chance to look at that and think, maybe I want to take control of the checkbooks. I don't know if I heard it from Oprah or someone, but it was good advice. Basically, you should always sign the checks. So if you own your own business, know what's going in there. If you are married and have joint accounts, both of you should be looking at those, so you know where it's going and you understand how both sides are accountable. When we're looking at love, speaking of relationships, it says like attracts like. So the trick with this card is to be in a state of living and being and thinking and feeling that is positive, good, light, higher, because that's going to pull someone in who is also feeling those same sort of positive and loving feelings. If you are lower frequency, feeling sad, depressed, angry, shameful, these things are going to attract people in that same sort of vibration. So love this month is completely a mirror of how you feel and what you're doing to put your energy out there. So if you don't like the people around you, think about why they keep coming in. And it's not always that simple. I know that sometimes there's just chance encounters, but I do believe even those chance encounters are mirrors and moments for us to think, how am I going to react to this? How am I going to change this? Do I want to provoke this person, etc.? All right, so when we're looking now at your Destiny card, Sacred Union, partnership and romance. And your crowning card was the Two of Cups. So it should be easier for you this month if you're single to make new friends, or to date if you'd like to, and if you're in an existing relationship, to heal some of those relationships. Of the Oracle cards, it was the only one that was upright that I pulled. So it will probably be the easiest. And so with it being your crowning card and also in your Oracle Destiny position, I'm seeing a lot of growth and positivity in relationships this month. Let's go ahead and review everything. Your channeled information was to reclaim your power, with an emphasis on reclaiming power. When we're looking at the cards themselves, one thing that I see here is that emotions are going really high and really low. You want to balance them out. You don't want to hold on to the emotions too much. Likewise, when you're thinking about what you want, remember those other things, those hidden sort of things that you could be grateful for in every day. Gratitude's going to help you pull yourself out of the lower portions of the ups and downs that you're feeling. A lot of thinking has been going on prior to this month. Keep doing it. It's important to kind of dream and plan about what's coming down the road, but don't get so down that rabbit hole that you start to worry about everything, because there's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot of love and support around you. And if there's anyone that's feeling controlling or very sort of like standoffish, you don't need that energy. The crone card is really strength, but because it does say crone, it's usually attached to an older person, typically someone that's maternal in their energy. And so if you're not feeling a connection with that person, let them go. Really want you to focus on your health this month. We talked about sugar intake. Money's going to improve, but it's in the long term. And I also see some sort of a trip or some sort of a move happening, but it's also in the long term. Your catalyst this month is transformation, death, themes of mortality, feelings of mortality. Focus on bringing joy to your heart center, since it was reversed, and really doing things that will improve your heart health as well. Also reversed, this mapping of the future for your finances. Planning and knowledge are really what's going to make you feel empowered. Also reversed, basically like attracts like. The reversals on all of these are mostly because we're in a retrograde. It's not because of shuffling. And what this is saying this month is work on feeling better to attract people that also feel better. I talk about that a lot, but it is sort of, if you see someone frowning or someone smiling and you have a choice of who to talk to, you'll probably, and it's just sort of like a random meeting, I would probably talk to the smiling person. Especially if I'm starting off my day, I'm thinking, okay, I'll engage with that energy. So finally, it's a great time for partnerships and for connections. There may be something coming around the last week of the month. Welcome it in if you're ready. It seems like it's positive. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. And if you ever have additional questions or just want a one-on-one reading, I'll embed a link here in this video so you can find out about rates and availability. The best way to keep in touch and know when the new videos are posted every month is to subscribe to this channel or to join me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I also have a newsletter, and I will email everybody when the videos come out each month, so you should join that if you'd like. If you found that this was a very helpful video and you just want to support the channel, there's also a link and you can do that, but that's completely up to you and if you feel like doing it. Last and most importantly, I hope that this gave you the guidance you needed. I really appreciate your love, your support, and your comments every month, so keep those coming, and know that this is something that you can make it through this month. Basically, the energy looks pretty good for you. Taking care of your body is very important. That seems to be it. Not thinking too much, thinking yourself into a circle, or painting yourself into a corner, basically. But if you do that, I think you'll be in a very good place. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in a month's time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.